Two great phones with great performance with Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, but who will win on a camera comparison video? Hasselblad on OnePlus 11 and Samsung Galaxy S23. Let's go to work! Let's start with color profile and saturation, and both of these phones are equally good. Honestly, on some shots where AI or scene enhancement is not kicking in, the colors are almost the same on both phones, maybe just a difference in tone. Samsung Galaxy S23 is less saturated than OnePlus 11, given that Samsung and iPhones are normally more vivid. Galaxy S23 likes to crush the blacks as it gives more contrast on the photo, and in most cases, it's also brighter than OnePlus 11. While OnePlus 11 is more colorful than Samsung Galaxy S23, you can see this on the reds, and it offers high dynamic range look where you would see less shadows on the photo. Sometimes OnePlus 11 is overdoing this and making the image look pale, but the overall look is well balanced. And looking at all sensors from ultra-wide, wide, and telephoto, I think Samsung Galaxy S23 is more consistent than OnePlus 11 because the ultra-wide in main is a little bit warmer than the telephoto lens. Both of these phones can shoot high-resolution video, 8K 24fps on OnePlus 11 and 8K 30fps on Samsung Galaxy S23. Which do you think is better on stabilization? But both of these phones are shooting in 8K. And aside from 8K video recording, these two phones pass really good features on video. OnePlus 11 and Hasselblad can shoot log profile on movie mode. And you can color grade this later. And this is Samsung Galaxy S23 on portrait video, UHD at 30 FPS. You can see the background blur. This is one of the best portrait video you can find on a smartphone today. If you like this type of camera comparison video, don't forget to subscribe. There's also one good feature on OnePlus 11 called dual view video, which can shoot front and back, and this is good on vlogging. There's also a dedicated mode for food on OnePlus 11, but when I take a food photo, I think it is as good as the Scene Optimizer or AI of Samsung Galaxy S23. Let's check the stabilization using the main sensor 4K 30fps, and it's pretty good on Samsung Galaxy S23. Again, the colors on the video is a little bit muted than OnePlus 11, but overall, it's perfect. And this is OnePlus 11 with Hasselblad camera. I bet you wouldn't know the difference, to be honest, if you're not doing a comparison test. The stabilization is as good as the S23, the colors is just a little bit more vivid. The camera module on OnePlus 11 is one big circular module, and I don't know if that helps, but the flaring on OnePlus 11 is minimal compared to S23. Checking the noise reduction on a more challenging situation, you would see that OnePlus 11 cleans up the noise better than S23. It doesn't mean that S23 is sharper because there's more noise. Generally, OnePlus 11 is both sharper and noise-free. And in those situations where there is a bright source of light, you would see that there's more information on the highlights on OnePlus 11. Now let's check the raw and unfiltered video recording of wide, ultra-wide, and telephoto lens of these two phones. So with all those videos I showed you in full resolution, I hope you find the differences. This is the side-by-side test of the stabilization, starting with 0.6 ultra-wide, then 1x wide, then 3x telephoto. Let's talk about the reach, and starting with close focus, OnePlus 11 has macro capability. Going to a more extreme reach, both phones has ultra-wide, wide, and optical lens. But if you zoom in, OnePlus 11 can only reach 20 times, while Samsung Galaxy S23 can reach 30 times. And lastly, on video reach, again, both phones starts at 0.6 ultra-wide, then goes up to 12x on S23 and 10x on OnePlus 11. S23 is farther and better in terms of quality. In terms of release, both were announced at the same time early this year. I like the new Samsung Galaxy S23 because of its IP68 protection. It also has a brighter AMOLED screen, which is the best panel in the world. I also like the One UI 5.1, better than Oxygen OS. But if you're looking for a bigger screen, OnePlus 11 might be a good choice for you. It also matches Samsung Galaxy S23 on the updates, as it will receive 5 years of software support, and on my personal test, it has a better battery life than S23. But I guess I will throw back the question, which is better for you? Next is selfie video, and S23 can shoot 4K 30 FPS, and this is where S23 shines on this comparison. The selfie has great stabilization, also not to mention the rear camera super steady mode that can shoot Quad HD. Well, personally, this is the worst feature on OnePlus 11. As we talked about before, OnePlus should upgrade the selfie camera to at least 4K recording with stabilization, because if they're selling this as a flagship phone, we shouldn't have 1080p selfie recording. I love the portrait mode of these two phones. This is a flagship grade portrait mode on a smartphone today. My wife loves the brighter portrait mode of OnePlus 11, and both phones has retouch features, so you can apply smoothness and makeup on your face. Generally, S23 is more colorful than OnePlus 11. The background blur on OnePlus 11 is creamier than S23, although I pushed the background effect of S23 to the maximum. On the rear camera, S23 also has 3x zoom, so you can take that 85mm like photos. But sometimes the bokeh effect on OnePlus 11 is not as perfect as the one you can see on S23, but both phones are very detailed when you look at my face. And using the selfie portrait mode, they share the similar features as the rear camera. OnePlus 11 is exposing my face better on this mode. Going for night shots, OnePlus 11 might get the W on this. Samsung Galaxy S23 has two advantages on the night mode. First, the scene optimizer, wherein it boosts the colors of the scene when it detected it, like the grass here. It is more appealing. It also exposes the shadows better than OnePlus 11. But in terms of saturation, I don't like the colors on the sky on S23. I think the shadows on OnePlus 11 gives more contrast and depth to the night shot. It also manages the highlights better. You can still read the text on the board. And the telephoto lens of OnePlus 11 is twice as big as S23, so if you are zooming in and taking a night shot, OnePlus 11 will do well. S23 has artifacts and noise on this photo. And lastly, the low light video 4K 30 FPS. Although I don't like the colors of the sky on S23, I hope Samsung can fix that. The clarity, focus, and stabilization is better on the new Samsung flagship S23. So this is the ultimate shootout of Samsung Galaxy S23 versus OnePlus 11. I won't lie, this is a great fight. Two great flagship camera phones to start this year. Let's do a recap. Samsung Galaxy S23 has more contrast and shadows, cooler white balance, 8K 30 FPS video, UHD Portrait video, Quad HD Super Steady mode, 30x zoom on photo, 12x zoom on video, 4K selfie video with stabilization, more reliable portrait mode, and better low light video. While OnePlus 11 is more saturated, warmer white balance, better audio, pro video with log profile, dual view video for vlogging, manages the flaring better, manages the highlights better, better noise reduction, macro shot, more appealing portrait mode, and better night shots. I think OnePlus 11 provides better value because it goes on sale from time to time, and if you're solely using the rear cameras of this phone, OnePlus 11 is a great bargain. While the upside of Samsung Galaxy S23 relies on the 8K recording, Quad HD Super Steady mode, and the very useful UHD Portrait video, S23 provides better quality on video. The selfie camera is so much better too on S23, especially the 4K recording. Removing the price difference of these two phones, I think Samsung Galaxy S23 is superior. And there you go. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll continue to compare both phones in our channel, so stay tuned. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.